How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Gary Gensler just said that he's quitting. He's resigning. He's done. He's not going to stick around through the end of his term. He's done early. Bitcoin is moving up on this news. Other cryptocurrencies are moving up on this news. I want to talk about all this and some of the other really important things that are coming that will push this market up. To be clear, there's going to be volatility, but we get good news after good news after good news. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. If you want to trade crypto, there's a link to Margex underneath the video. You can start trading in just a few seconds. Of course, always check their terms and conditions, but you can get started in just a few minutes and you can start trading cryptocurrencies. There's also a link to BTCC, WEEX, BYDeFi, CoinW, Blowfin, all those underneath the video. Have multiple exchanges so that way you're ready for the volatility, because there will be things that break on the way up and also on the way down. So be ready. Okay. Bitcoin moving up. Look at this higher low. Like today's low price is the price that we were getting rejected at before. Like this was a Goldilocks scenario yesterday or the day before, or the day before that. 95,400 is the low today. That's too easy. It's getting too easy out here. Of course, there will be volatility. There will be drawdowns in the future, but it hasn't happened in a while. You can see just really bullish momentum. And Gary Gensler is part of that today. On January 20th, 2025, I will be stepping down as SEC chair, a thread. We will go through this, but let me show you some of the other bullish things that are happening today. Absolutely massive trading volume for the spot ETFs. This was as of an hour and a half ago. IBIT with 2.1 billion in trading volume over the first 2 hours of trading. That's a lot. That is a lot even for IBIT. So maybe some big purchases. This is after they bought 750 million yesterday, 800 million the day before. And there's been a huge amount of accumulation. I believe Mara just sealed the deal to get their $1 billion to buy more Bitcoin. We have MicroStrategy buying billions a week at this point. Publicly traded AI company Genius Group also bought another 14 million in Bitcoin after buying 10 million just 3 days ago. So adoption is growing. We have 15 different companies this week announcing that they're buying Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And the race is on. Dennis Porter had said, President Trump versus Dennis Porter. Who will pass the strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation first? I can guarantee you it will be the states who lead. Trump's only option is a day one executive order. Cynthia Lummis, who went on right after Trump at the Bitcoin conference with her proposal to buy 200,000 Bitcoin each year for 5 years for a total of 1 million Bitcoin, says, race ya. Dennis says, the race is officially on. Okay, when you see this kind of stuff happening, even if it doesn't actually happen, if it doesn't get done, the fact is other nations, other people, other entities, other companies are watching this, and it gets them moving. Like, do you notice a sense of urgency this week and the previous week and the previous week versus the months before? The accumulation from BlackRock's much faster, MicroStrategy's much faster. We have all these companies popping up. They don't want to be after the government. They don't want to be after the states. You better believe there are other countries thinking the same thing, companies in other countries thinking the same thing. Let's go get over to Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler is going to resign as SEC chair on January 20th. Now, to be clear, as far as I know, he could have stayed through 2026. Trump doesn't really have the ability to fire him, but he could make his life harder. And, he's been talking about firing him on day one. That was one of the loudest applauses that he got when he was at the Bitcoin conference. He said he was going to fire Gary Gensler. He said that multiple times because he didn't know it was going to be as popular a thing to say. So he said it multiple times, got standing ovations. And why is this? Before we go into Gary Gensler's thread, why is it so important that Gary Gensler steps away? Well, he's been in control of the SEC. This is probably the most powerful position in terms of reigning over the cryptocurrency industry. And the fact is, he's used this to abuse. He's used his spot to and abused his power and hurt crypto companies. Not protecting investors, not protecting us from the scams of the world, but finding some of the most popular, some of the companies that upheld the laws and upheld what they stand for the best. Like, they were going after Coinbase. They've been going after Kraken. They've been going after some of the largest crypto companies. And a lot of people think that that's because he's just trying to do anything to curtail the crypto industry. He's doing anything to hurt the crypto industry. And what hurts the crypto industry the most? Taking money away from the largest, most successful entities, right? He's not protecting you from the rug pulls. He's protecting you from the largest companies out there. And he did not protect us from FTX when it was the second largest exchange in the world, growing faster than just about anything else. He didn't. He didn't protect us from Celsius. He didn't protect us from BlockFi. Some of the time, they even sued these companies after they went bankrupt. And in a lot of ways, it just takes money away from the people that had money on the platforms in the first place. So, protecting us from the largest companies in the world that are actually already regulated because Coinbase is a public company doesn't really help. We need someone to shape the industry and actually help investors, help innovation, instead of just handing out the largest fines possible. So let's see what Gary Gensler says, a thread. The SEC is a remarkable agency. The staff and the commission are deeply mission-driven, focused on protecting investors, facilitating capital formation, and ensuring that the markets work for investors and issuers alike. The staff comprises true public servants. It's been an honor of a lifetime to serve with them on behalf of everyday Americans and ensure that our capital markets remain the best in the world. I thank POTUS for entrusting me with this incredible responsibility. The SEC has met our mission and enforced the law without fear or favor. So, a thread that is literally 3 tweets long and doesn't really talk about why he's leaving, but obviously it's because he's kind of being forced out, right? Like, Trump can't actually fire him, but like I said, he can make his life hell. He doesn't like him. And yeah, maybe today I'm going to crack open one of these. Let's see if you can see it. One of these. Let me grab them real quick. Don't go away, because we'll be talking about cryptos that can really take advantage of this in a second. But I might have to do it. I might have to crack open a celebratory cyber beer. Now, why is this? Why would I do this? Well, this is the beer that Tesla sold, and obviously Elon hates the SEC too. He's literally said F the SEC before, and that he doesn't have any respect for them. And yeah, good riddance, right? I might have to crack that. I need to chill it first, but this is cool. And keep in mind too, Dennis Porter, great point. This is just the beginning. We established a pro-Bitcoin Congress with Bitcoin at 60,000. We forced out the SEC commissioner with Bitcoin at 90,000. Imagine the impact the industry will have when Bitcoin's at 250,000 or $1 million. The best part, it's a huge tent. Anyone can join. All you have to do is buy some Bitcoin. At some point, it'll be like fighting the S&P 500. It'll be like fighting gold, right? Like, you just don't do it. You try to make it go up during your term so people are happy, right? And that's kind of the place that we're at right now. Keep in mind, FTX expects repayments to start around Inauguration Day. Distributions to begin no later than 60 days thereafter, which will be no later than March 2025. Just keep in mind, we don't know when those are going to be paid. Let me show you this. Actually, show you what's happening on the screen. We don't know when this is going to be paid, really. Right? It's been pushed back a couple times. People thought it was going to be Q4, like the first day of Q4, and then it's been pushed back. We don't know when the distributions are actually going to happen. But the fact that it's going to happen is bullish, because people will try to front run it to some extent. Now, what cryptos will do well on this news? Obviously Bitcoin, right? Obviously Bitcoin, just because people hate Gary Gensler. Bitcoin is the play that everyone has access to through MicroStrategy, IBIT. Not everyone, but a lot of people do, through just holding, through miners, all that kind of stuff. So Bitcoin, in my mind, takes advantage of this. Now, will we go up to 100? I don't know. If I had to make a guess, it feels bullish today. The fact that we went up to 97, went all the way back down to like not even a prior resistance, like above a prior resistance. Prior resistance was like 94.7. We didn't even get to there. We just continued moving up. We've been saying higher low, higher low, higher low for the last week and a half. This feels bullish. Now, again, we're going to hit some sell walls and stuff like that, but there's just been so much bullish news. I would not be surprised if we push through. What other cryptocurrencies will do well? Okay, we can go to CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap, I think there are some obvious ones. First of all, Ethereum. It sounds crazy, but the fact is we have been told that staking might not happen. Certain entities can't stake. They don't want to offer staking services, or the SEC doesn't want certain entities to offer staking services. It's been kind of a question mark, I think, for a lot of large institutions. Years ago, JP Morgan, I remember I was at my old house, and I remember exactly where I was when I saw JP Morgan was saying that this could be like a $40 billion a year industry, just the staking. You start thinking about like 4 or 5% APYs on $400 billion asset. I don't even know what APY you can get now from staking Ethereum, but let's call it 5% to make the numbers easy. Let's say Ethereum doubles. Okay, that is literally $40 billion a year. What kind of multiple do you put on that? I don't know. 20x multiple? 15x multiple? Okay, $40 billion a year times 15x. That's a $600 billion a year industry. That's pretty bullish. So I think Ethereum in general will do well because of this repricing, and it's kind of the king of the altcoins, right? Maybe this actually pushes it so that it starts gaining on Bitcoin. Who knows though? Solana, same thing. Staking, it's moving up a lot on this news, 10%. Solana, also one of the kings of the altcoins. XRP, obvious. It's obvious. They've been fighting a battle with SEC for years, multiple years, spent so much money, and they basically were labeled not a security. I think XRP makes a lot of sense. Like, it's probably going to jump up on this news. It only went to 150 or 160 last bull run. I think it can surpass that. I actually did an XRP video earlier today. If you haven't seen that, you can check it out, how much XRP you need to retire. Dogecoin, sure. I think that's going to do well too on this news. Like, meme coins will do well. Not that Dogecoin has had anything to do with SEC really at all, because the creator of Dogecoin didn't even really do anything with it. He just sold it. He thought it was stupid. Cardano, yeah, maybe Cardano will do well on this news too. I mean, I think Cardano will do well in the bull run, but I don't know if it really has much direct impact with the SEC. Obviously, like Coinbase stock, first of all, maybe is going to move up on this news. I mean, Bitcoin's been moving up throughout the day. So Coinbase is up 6% on this news. I think altcoins just in general, like altcoins in general are going to move up on this news. Like all of the meme coins. Let's actually look at Bitcoin dominance and see. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance has come down slightly, but also Bitcoin has moved up. So the fact is, this is just great for the entire crypto market. Now, again, is this going to change fundamentally where Bitcoin's going? No, a lot of us thought that Gary Gensler was going to be forced out anyways, but it's amazing. Just think about this. The crypto community basically forced out Gary Gensler, from what I can tell. He hasn't gotten a lot of flack from other things besides the crypto industry. So we can literally shape the government with what we want to happen, with what's good for us, what's good for our pocketbooks. With that comes some responsibility, right? But that's amazing. That's amazing. We're within a couple $100 of all-time highs. Maybe by the time you're watching this, we're at all-time highs. Don't be surprised. I'm not surprised at anything these days. But that is the place we are in because, one, Bitcoin is good. Bitcoin is freedom. Bitcoin is fair. Bitcoin's an IQ test. Bitcoin is smart, right? It's fair. It's smart. It's self-sovereignty. It's the future. So that is one of the reasons we're here. The other reason, enough people believe in it that it is perpetuated forward. The price has done well. Early stages when it was riskier, it was much riskier. It could have gone down to zero. It didn't. More and more people talked about it. We've created great communities behind it. And out of that, we've built a whole ecosystem of cryptos and crypto projects and crypto companies and crypto advocates. We have lobbyists, and we're about to hit all-time highs. Let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you want to trade crypto, check out the link underneath the video to MargX or BTCC or WEEX or CoinW, Blowfin. All of those are down there. It's a great time to be trading. Everyone that's ever traded that has not been liquidated is up, assuming they're long right now. I'm up, 2,040% on one of my positions, 1,300%, another 900%. Of course, make sure you have proper risk management. But even if you're holding, great job, because you have made it through when people said that you were going to lose money, when people said you were stupid for buying, when people thought that we were going down to zero. You dollar cost average. You bought into the fear. You bought when there were many peaks, when people thought it's not going higher. This is overvalued. You understood what was really happening. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Get ready for what's coming next. It's going to be a great year. Thanks. Bye.